What's going on, gang? CJ Curry here. We are back for week 2 of the NFL. If you're new to the channel and not subscribed yet, hit the subscribe button now. It's free for you to do. I don't know why you wouldn't. And then while you're down there hitting the subscribe button, hit that thumbs up button for me as well. If we get 50 or more likes, I'll drop another video for Monday Night Football game, and we'll try to bless you guys with even more winning picks. Now, another thing that you guys should probably do is ring that bell, turn on those notifications so that anytime I drop a new piece of content here on the channel, you aren't left out in the cold, because we don't want that, right? We want you to jump on this value as soon as I post it, because the lines are always moving up, moving down here on PrizePicks. Speaking of PrizePicks, if you're not already playing on PrizePicks yet, I don't know what you're waiting for. Right now, they're running a fantastic promo. If you bet $5, you get $50 free. That's right. You only have to play $5 one time, and then they're going to give you $50 on top of that. Use code CJ Curry, make your first deposit. Use the link down in the description of today's video. It goes a long way to help supporting what we do here on the channel. And, you know, it'll get you those bonuses. And those bonuses can go a long way this NFL season. All right. Another thing that you could do to support the channel, if you want to be a part of a kick butt community, join Dub Club. It's as low as 67 cents per month. Per day. It would be great if it was 67 cents per month. 67 cents per day, $5 a week, or $20 a month. However you want to break it down, it's the best deal in town. We got picks, plays, parlays that I'm posting more than I can post here on YouTube, covering more sports than I can cover here in one NFL video. Sports like MLB, WNBA, MMA, esports, you name it. We can bet on it. We're doing it in the community. So link down in the comment section for you to get a 7-day free trial of Dub Club. Get started on Dub Club. If you're not playing on Dub Club yet, you should be a part of my Dub Club. It would be a great time. All right. Anyway, let's get into these picks. I've been scouring the Daily Grind Fantasy Optimizer tonight. It's a little after midnight here on the East Coast, so this video will probably hit a lot of you West Coasters before the East Coasters wake up and see it, but nonetheless, there is a ton of value right now. Now, the Daily Grind Fantasy Optimizer is a must-have tool in your toolkit, your arsenal. This tool right here is going to go out, scan all your favorite sports books. It's going to look at the way that bettors are betting on these props. Are they betting the over? Are they betting the under? And then what it does is it strips out the juice, the VIG, the price, in other words, that these sports books charge you, the tax that they charge you. It strips that out and then gives you true odds, fair odds of a player prop hitting. So let's refresh it. There was a few that I already kind of had earmarked, and we'll take a look at those and see if we also have favorable projections on top of the odds from these different sports books. Let's start with this first one here, since it's toward the top of the list. Zach Charbonnet of the Seattle Seahawks. Kenneth Walker, I think, is expected to sit out, but even at 17.5 rushing attempts, this number is a number that is being right now pelted for the under. That's right. People are betting the under on this pretty heavily across all the sports books. And I think I have a good reason why. It's because some of the sharpest NFL projection models that are out there right now have Charbonnet for less than 17.5 rushing attempts, also known as carries. And so let's go ahead and take a look at that now. We will look at some projections. The first projection is going to be from Fantasy Labs. Now, they've got two dudes over there that are really sharp, Chris Raybon and Sean Kerner. Sean Kerner especially, one of the most accurate when it comes to fantasy football projections. And so we're going to look at their two projections kind of put together. I've already got it pulled up here. Zach Charbonnet is projected for 16.1 carries or rushing attempts, which puts him under 17.5, puts him closer to 16 carries than the 18 carries that he would need to sink our slip. So first projection's looking real good. The second projection model that I like to use is the Blitz by Derek Carty. It's the same guy that I've been talking about in my MLB videos who makes the BAT projections, which are some of the most accurate MLB projection models you can find anywhere. He also does the Blitz, which are NFL projection models. Anyway, he's got Zach Charbonnet projected for 16.4 carries, and that again puts him closer to 16 than 17 or 18 carries. So both of these numbers looking pretty good. So for me, Charbonnet would be the first person that I would probably put in this slip. And if you're going to put him in this slip, I would probably lean toward putting him under 17.5 rushing attempts. Now, if you feel some type of way because Kenneth Walker's out and you think Charbonnet is going to get a heavy workload, well, you can go ahead and go against these projections. These aren't my projections. These are just the ones that I like to use because they've proven to win me money in the past, but they're not always 100% accurate. All right. So if you feel some type of way about Charbonnet and you want to go over on him, that's completely up to you. I'm just presenting my findings, what my research, what my data has kind of led me to find. All right, let's go to the second pick then. Going back to the Daily Grind Fantasy Optimizer, again, we're just looking for value. One of the ones that really stuck out to me too was CeeDee Lamb plus Shaheed to go over 125.5 receiving yards. So it's taken the receiving total for Lamb, the receiving total for yards for Shaheed, and it's combining them. And in this case, you got about a 54.4% chance that they will go over 125.5 receiving yards. Now, I looked this up on these two projection models, and they are projecting slightly higher when you combine the two for more than 125.5 receiving yards. So let's go pull that up real quick. We'll go over here to the receiving yards. I like to show my work, show you guys that I'm not just like guessing and randomly picking stuff to talk about in these videos. I actually like go out and I look at the projection models, I look at the odds and try to find, good favorable bets here. So we've got 86.3 receiving yards plus Shaheed's going to be at 40 receiving yards. And so we add those together and you're at 126.3. Again, slightly over the 125.5 number, but over is over. And so 126.3, we like that. Going over here to the blitz, we'll pull them up over there as well. Go to the receiving yards once again, just simply rinse and repeat. Lamb is at 93.8, let's call it, receiving yards. And then we've got Shaheed. He's sitting at 44.4. So we add those two together and boom, you're at 138.2. So the blitz has an even higher projection on Lamb and Shaheed than Fantasy Labs does. So for me, that would be one of those plays that I would probably lean toward the over and hope that we get lots of offense out of the Dallas Cowboys and the New Orleans Saints. So there's that combo. Boom. You got 2 picks already in there. If you want to go for 6, I think I might have 6 to talk about today. Let's talk about the next one here. Now, this one's a little bit more of a spicy pick. We'll call Justice Hill under 4.5 rush attempts, 53.6% chance that he stays under 5 carries. So if he has 5 or more carries, we're going to be in trouble. But in this case, he is projecting to go under. The odds or the money is coming in on the under at 4.5 rushing attempts or carries, however you want to phrase it. But nonetheless, yes, this is a plus EV, positive expected value play. So let's go look at the projections here. We'll go to rushing attempts on Fantasy Labs. We'll type in Hill's name. He's projected for about 3 carries according to Fantasy Labs. Again, that's Sean Kerner, Chris Raybon's projection models that we're using here. So we'll round up. We'll call it 3 carries going up against the Las Vegas Raiders. So that definitely puts him well under, far away from the 5 carries that he would need to hurt us potentially. Let's go over here and we'll go back to the blitz and check out Hill's projection over there. They've got him projected for about 3.85 carries, again, putting him closer to 4 than the 5 number. So Justice Hill, hopefully justice will be served here, and we will go under on his 4.5 rushing attempts. Again, if you don't like it, don't take it. I'm not forcing you to do anything that you don't want to do. What you do ultimately is up to you. So let's look at this next pick and see if it's still up on the board. It was Anthony Richardson. Let me see if I could find it here. His rushing attempts looked pretty good at 7.5. Yep, it's still sitting up there at 7.5. Got about a 53.4% chance that he is going to go over 7.5 rushing attempts or carries. So we need him to run the ball at least 8 times. Now, he's a quarterback. These things can be kind of wildly unpredictable, especially when we're just in week 2 of the NFL season. But what we're seeing here is that the betting odds are going over on 7.5 rushing attempts. You see FanDuel, he's a minus 140, getting some good juice over here on Caesars at minus 137. I think this is Bet Online, has him at minus 145 to go over 7.5 rushing attempts. And then when you kind of piggyback off of that and you take a look at his projections, he's projected for closer to 8 carries here on Fantasy Labs, which is what we want, 8 or more rushing attempts for Anthony Richardson, and we would be green bean. We want them green beans. And then we'll go over here to the blitz and look at the rushing attempts for Richardson, and they've got him projected for as high as 9.2 rushing attempts going up against the Green Bay Packers. So there's 2 favorable projections for Anthony Richardson. we'll go ahead and plug him into the slip here, and that'll be our, fourth pick of the slip of the video. I think we're going to go for a 6 pick. I think I got enough here that we could put a 6 pick together. So we'll go more there. And of course, the 6 picks are really hard to hit. Don't be surprised if we don't go 6 for 6. Guys, there's a reason why they pay you 25x on a 6 pick, because they're really difficult to accomplish. Anyway, let's look at some other ones here on the optimizer. We need 2 more picks to complete this slip. There was a couple more that stood out to me. One of them was going to be Breece Hall and Tajee Spears. So let's see if that one's still up on the board. Looks like they may have taken that one down, so we'll pivot away from that one. Let's look at, how about DeAndre Swift for more than 11.5 carries? There you go. That one's still up. Almost a 53% chance for this one to hit. You even see DraftKings, they've got him up at 12.5 rushing attempts or carries. Minus 132 betting favorite at 11.5 on FanDuel. Minus 131 on Caesars, minus 135 on Bet Online. So you're seeing some good odds, good juice coming in on the over. So let's go with the grain, not against it, and take a look at some of these projections for DeAndre Swift. While we're talking rushing attempts, we might as well talk Swift's rushing attempts going up against the Houston Texans, which should be a pretty close and competitive game. 12.2 is the lucky number here, the first projection for DeAndre Swift. So that one obviously puts him over 11.5. And then we'll go back over here and take a look at where he's at on the Blitz. Blitz has him at 11.92, really close to 12, closer to 12 than 11. And so, we'll go with that and make DeAndre Swift the next pick in this slip. And you don't have to go crazy on these slips. I mean, risk what you can afford to lose. For me, it's usually about 1% of my bankroll, 1 to 3%, depending on how I feel. But there you go. Let's see. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I was going to play the Hall and Spears, but that's not on there. I do have one more. All right, one more. Harrison. Marvin Harrison. He's going to get 5 receptions. We got almost a 54% chance that he's going to have 5 or fewer catches playing for the Arizona Cardinals, taking on the Rams, the Los Angeles Rams. And so you're seeing them at 4.5 on a lot of these books here. But the reason why they're taking the under at 5 is because at 4.5, you're seeing some minus odds here at 4.5 on the under at 4.5. So we're going to take a shot here. Maybe he catches, exactly 5 and it's a tie or a push situation, but that's not the worst situation in the world. Now, if he catches 6 balls, that would be the worst situation in the world for us if we're taking the under at 5. But the projections also tend to agree with Marvin Harrison under on his receptions, and I'll show you those now. Like I always do. He's at 4.2 projected receptions, which puts him closer to 4 receptions than 5. So that would be obviously an under lean if you wanted to lean one way or the other. And then for the other projection, which is provided again by the Blitz, we'll go to receiver receptions, and he's projected for about 4.38. Let's call it 4.4, which puts him again closer to 4 than 5. So Marvin Harrison Jr. under 5 receptions. We'll plug that one in as another positive expected value play. Again, these are just projections. They don't always work out the way that we hope they do. For me, I put about $20 to $25 per slip, so that's what I'm going to do for this one. I'll lock these 6 picks in. If they don't hit, well, hey, we'll try again in the next video, but hopefully they do. And hopefully you found some value and some entertainment in this video. If you did, leave a like for me on your way out and let me know what you're going to be playing this NFL Sunday. And again, if we get more than 50 likes, I'll drop a Monday Night Football video for you guys here, probably Sunday evening. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you in the next one. Good luck on all your picks, plays, and parlays, and we'll see you inside of Dub Club and Discord. Peace.